Hello, it's Debra Parmley again with another video for March of the Writers. The next one, I wasn't sure if I wanted to answer this prompt, and then I thought, no, it's about being transparent and letting you see what is the real life of an author like, and it's different for each of us. This one is day 22 prompt. Celebrate. How do you celebrate the wins, the good times? So when I started out, everything was new and exciting. For a new author, finishing your first book is a very big deal. It's huge. Do you have any idea how many people never finish their first book? Whether it's from fear or they just don't have the juice in them or something holds them back. Only a percentage of people finish their first book. So that first book was a big deal. But then my manuscript won a few contests. There's other steps to celebrate. It was in a national contest, and that was a huge deal. Readers voted online, and people all over the world were seeing my name and about this story, and I didn't even have a book out yet. It was heavily promoted by Dorchester Publishing and Romantic Times Book Lovers magazine. And I celebrated in different ways. When I got the book contract, that was a big deal. When I got my first book in the mail, that was a big deal. I'm looking back on it with 15 years of experience, so that was 15 years ago that I got my first book in the mail. And we went out to dinner at Bahama Breeze restaurant, one of my favorites to celebrate. And I had a frosty drink and seafood, and I think there were 5 of us there. It was a small gathering. I had another gathering at my house when I think it was when the ebook came out, possibly. That or something else. And then I had a book launch party at Burke's Books in Memphis, and it was wonderful. I believe they ordered 100 copies of my book, and I was signing stacks of them. The Commercial Appeal had run an article, and it wasn't a given that you get yourself in the Commercial Appeal, but they ran an article, and people came out in the pouring rain to listen to me read from my book, talk about it, and do the signing. It was incredibly successful. And I celebrated by making chocolate candies in the shape of sunflowers, because there are sunflowers in the book, and making a punch to share with my readers. So it was a whole party to celebrate. And I have good memories of that and pictures that I can share. And I probably will share some of those on my Facebook. Why not? And so that was my first book. So many wins since then, so many books out. At a certain point, though, I could not have alcohol anymore. I used to have a bottle of bubbly or a bottle of sparkling something that I could bring out and celebrate. But I quit buying it because in 2016 I had pancreatitis. And when you have that, drinking would be deadly. So, and I had it again in 2018, and I hadn't touched alcohol since 2016. And I still don't. But what I have now is a champagne candle that I light. So that's my champagne to celebrate a book release, if I'm going to do that. I've had books come out when I've been on a cruise ship. I've had books come out when there's nobody around that really wants to help me celebrate. That's not much fun. Sometimes I just keep it to myself for that reason. People who haven't seen me come out with so many books are usually more excited about it than people that have. And I think the longer that a writer is at this, the more this is true. This is something authors don't really talk about all that much. So what do you do when, oh, she's got another book out, he or she has another book out? Yeah, well, what is that now, number 26? You can see how it's not quite as new and exciting to someone who's been seeing that happen over and over again. However, it is still a huge accomplishment. It is still a huge accomplishment to finish a book and to put it out there. As an indie author, you can get so busy working on putting it out there that you either don't take time to celebrate, or you forget to, or you don't have time. In 2024, I'd like to turn that around and spend the day celebrating more than I do these past few years. One thing is that I'm in a motorhome. It's just the two of us in here. It's not like I could throw a party. That doesn't make it any less of a celebration. It's become more of a personal celebration for me than it is a gathering. And I think what I want to start doing is calling author friends and saying, hey, I got a book release out today. You want to chat for a minute? And that would be kind of nice. A treat. Of course, there's lighting my candle. Celebrations don't have to be about food or alcohol. And if you really think about it, maybe it's healthier to do it this way. But it certainly has changed a lot for me. I have to wonder if an author is putting out their 48th book or something, if it maybe has lost some of its excitement, that book release day. I have been known to stay up very late watching for my book to go live on the internet. And that's a private celebration. So I guess I need to examine, how do I want to celebrate moving forward? What things do I want to do on book release day? Or the day I finish the book. Maybe that's the day I should celebrate. Book release days, we end up spending a lot of time on the internet. And you kind of need to help get your book out there. So I don't know what the answer is to this. Maybe author friends could suggest something. Maybe my readers could suggest something. Because I'm just not quite sure how I want to really celebrate these days. Aside, from, clearly not popping the champagne bottle, none of that stuff, or throwing a big expensive party or anything like that. But there's got to be some suggestions. So send them in. Because, like I said, I almost wasn't going to answer this one, but I thought, no, this is real life. This is slice of life. And that's what I'm trying to show you in these videos. That's why I'm not doing my hair, not putting on makeup and getting dressed up. This is raw, it's real life. This is how it is. I've been celebrating some personal wins. Last summer, after my stroke, walking again was a huge deal. Coming home from a hospital after 18 days was a huge deal. Being able to get around with my walker was a huge deal. Being able to swim in a swimming pool. You know, sometimes the wins aren't always book related, sometimes they're personal. And again, every day we are alive is a beautiful day. And maybe in some small way we should celebrate that as well. Wishing you a beautiful day. Love you guys.